Manderley. Isn't that the most beautiful name you ever heard? My Billy says it has all those big places beat for beauty. Why, you could never bear to leave it. Isn't there a minstrel's gallery at Manderley? And some very valuable portraits?
What do you think of Monte Carlo? Or don't you think of it at all? Are you staying here long?
Oh, it is very elegant, I suppose. A bit artificial. What happened to Mrs. De Winter?
Oh, my dear, it was dreadful. Tragic. They say he never talks about it, never even mentions her name.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Get out of the way.
No, please.
You can't sit there. It's soaking wet.
Well, it doesn't matter a bit, really.
No, leave that. Their place at my table. Mademoiselle will be lunching with me.
I couldn't possibly.
Why not?
Well, it's very kind of you, but please don't be polite. I'm quite all right here.
I'm not being polite. I would like you to have luncheon with me. Even if you had not knocked over that vase so clumsily, I would still have invited you. Come and sit down. We needn't talk if we don't feel like it. We're both alone in the world. Oh, I have a sister, but we don't see much of each other. And an aging grandmother whom I pay duty visits to 3 times a year.
Well, you're not really alone. Well, you've got a home and I haven't.
An empty house can be as lonely as a full hotel and much less impersonal. So you have a holiday?
Yes, I suppose I do.
Come for a drive.
Getting late.
Yes.
Have you been here before?
Yes, some years ago. I wanted to see if it had changed.
Has it?
No. It has not changed. Do you like poetry?
Very much.
Then take it. Thank you for today.
I'd like to keep this moment and never forget it. I don't understand you at all.
So that's really not so surprising. We've only known each other a week.
Yes, but you know everything there is to know about me. Well, that's not much, I suppose. But that's because I'm young and nothing much has happened to me. Except people dying, but you. I don't know any more about you than when we first met.
What did you know then?
I knew you lived at Manderley and that you'd lost your wife.
That's why I seek your company. So damn your ideas of my kindness and feeling sorry for you. I want you with me. That's all. And if you don't believe me, you can leave now and go home. Go on, find your own way home. Go on.
Please take me back to the hotel.
Hello. What is it? Is something the matter?
I've come to say goodbye. We're leaving tomorrow.
Come in. Shut the door. What on earth are you talking about?
It's true. We're leaving tomorrow, and there's so much to do. I was afraid I shouldn't see you again. Well, I had to see you. I had to thank you.
So, Mrs. Van Hopper has got tired of Monte Carlo and wants to go home. Well, so do I. She to America, I to Mandalay. Which would you prefer? You have your choice. New York with Mrs. Van Hopper or Mandalay with me?
I don't understand.
Choose.
You mean you want a secretary or something?
I'm asking you to marry me, you little fool.
You can't.
Can't I? Why not? You think I'm asking you to marry me for the same reason that I took you for that drive on the first day? To be kind, don't you?
Yes.
Yes, well, one of these days you'll realize that being kind isn't my strongest quality. You still haven't answered my question. Will you marry me? Obviously not. I'm sorry. It's a fine blow to my conceit. I thought you loved me.
But I do love you. I love you dreadfully. I've been crying all night because I thought I'd never see you again.
Bless you for that. One day, I'll remind you of this matter. I'm going to tell Mrs. Van Hopper, you or me.
You tell her.
Don't flatter yourself he's in love with you. That great empty place just gets on his nerves. He wants company. Simple, undemanding company. That's why he chose you, my dear.
Although my wife has never been to Mandalay before, she knows it and loves it already. From now on, it won't be just my Mandalay or your Mandalay, it will be her Mandalay as well. And so, with all of you, I say to her, welcome home. Oh, darling, this is Mrs. Danvers.
How do you do?
Welcome to Mandalay, Mrs. De Winter.
Where did you get that string?
Oh, in that cottage.
Was the door open?
Yes.
Dan should be locked.
Maxim, what is it?
What's what?
Why are you behaving like this?
Like what?
You haven't spoken for the last 10 minutes, and when I asked to see the West Wing, you almost snapped my head off.
Look, there are certain things I do not wish to see. There are certain things I do not wish to do. You should have married someone your own age.
That's ridiculous.
Is it?
I love you more than anything in the world, you know that.
Do you think you'll be happy here?
Of course I'll be happy. You know I'll be happy. I love Manderley.
Well, I hope so.
We'll both be happy, you know that.
Do I?
Don't you?
If you say so. I'll take your word for it. We'll both be happy. That's agreed. That's settled.
She asked about the ball.
What ball?
Or the Manderley ball. Some sort of a party, some sort of
celebration for the bride?
Well, yes, I suppose so.
All right, if you want a party, you shall have a party. I'll talk to Frank Crowley about it.
I can help with the arrangements. I'd like to. What will you wear?
I never dress up. It's the rule of the house. The host doesn't wear fancy dress.
Oh, that's not fair.
The rule of the house.
Well, in that case, I shall keep my costume a secret. I shan't tell you anything about it. And it won't be Alice in Wonderland. What will Mr. De Winter say? Who's there? You can't come in.
It's me, dear. Don't get alarmed. I'll follow you where I want to look at you.
Oh, please don't come in, Beatrice. Go on down. Don't wait for me. I'll come down when I'm ready.
Salam!
Oh, my God, that's excellent.
Miss Caroline de Winter.
How do you do, Mr. De Winter?
It doesn't matter what you put on. Quickly, before anybody gets here. Quickly! Didn't you hear what I said? Go and change!
I know it must have been a terrible mistake. You couldn't possibly have known.
Known what?
Well, the dress, the picture you copied. Rebecca did the same at the last ball. Identical. The same dress, the same picture.
I'm sorry. I'm so terribly, terribly sorry. Please say you've forgiven me.
Forgiven you? What is there to forgive?
Last night, the dress, you thought I did it on purpose.
That. I'd forgotten. There's nothing to forgive. Oh, my darling, if only this thing had never happened. There never was an accident. Rebecca wasn't drowned at all. I killed her. Now, can you look into my eyes and tell me that you love me? guess I believe you. I love you so much. So much. I thought I'd go mad. There was no one I could tell.
You could have told me.
You seemed so bored, so unhappy.
I thought you still loved Rebecca.
Loved her. I hated her. Hated her. What can I tell you? That's all.
Can't prove anything against you.
Not yet.
No one knows but us.
They may find out
How?
by asking questions.
What questions? Who's going to ask questions?
The coroner. This time tomorrow they'll know.
We'll have tomorrow night together, won't we?
Yes, yes. They won't do anything at once. Not for 24 hours, perhaps. We'll have tonight. And tomorrow night, my darling.